Why does it always feel like for us 6 scale figure collectors out there that when it comes to our favorite video games, we just gotta settle on the figures we get? There's hardly anything licensed out there. We usually have to go through third parties to actually get the figures we want. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some bangers out there like Lim Toys Nathan Drake. Their upcoming Joel and Ellie look amazing. And, you know, I also have Ghost, which you can't really see. I don't know why I point at him, but he's currently on my shelf and that's an awesome figure, but I had to assemble it myself. So I know third party gives us some cool figures because there's not a lot of licensed video game figures out there, but hopefully one day we get like more shows and stuff of video game figures like the upcoming God of War show. Maybe that'll let us actually get a Kratos, but I just need more video game figures that are officially licensed or that look really good. And today we're going to be looking at another video game character that actually kind of caught my eye. This one does look pretty good. We're going to be taking a look at it because I do have some nitpicks. It's not officially licensed, like I was saying. It's basically almost always like third party that makes the video game figures. But yeah, let's just take a look at this today because this is Lara Croft. When I was younger, I loved the reboot of Tomb Raider. I never played the originals and stuff like that. So for me, the grittier, kind of more like realistic, like action-y, like that style for Tomb Raider was what I really liked because the reboots were really fun. I loved all 3 of them. And today we are going to be looking at a figure from that first reboot, the one just called Tomb Raider. And this figure actually looks pretty cool. It has like the whole silicone body going on, has some pretty cool looking stuff. There's just some nitpicks, like right here, you see the hair. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing in the world. I think it's like a big covering that just like covers her whole face. It's like one big solid piece. So that I feel like could be improved. But other than that, I think this actually is a pretty decent representation. Because that's the same at the end of the day. When you go third party, you're mostly looking for like a representation or something to enhance your figures a bit. And since that I know of, at least there hasn't been any official 6 scale figures of Lara Croft, maybe this will be a good one. I know there's also the new show coming up. I believe it's going to be a show, the Lara, like the Tomb Raider show coming up. So maybe we'll get an official Lara Croft then. But then again, it's not the video game version, which is the one that I would want on my shelf preferably. But let's just take a look at all these today. So this one's by, it says MTT Toys, MT Toys. This is just Master Toys. And kind of give you a little rundown here. While I was looking on KG Hobby because I saw it was live there. It says it's $198, which honestly isn't too bad. That's a good thing about third party. The prices aren't ridiculous, which is kind of nice. It's also 2 head sculpts. So that's good. But Master Toys, I don't know how good the releases are exactly. I do have another one on pre-order. I have their Agent 47 because I'm a big fan of Hitman. Not gonna lie to you guys, actually Hitman World of Assassination, I'm replaying it on PC. Used to play it a ton. I never played the third one or like the first 2 back on like PlayStation. Then I just kind of stopped playing it when I went to PC, and now I'm finally replaying all of them, playing the third one. And this figure looks amazing. I mean, mostly because I really want an Agent 47 on my shelf, but then again, also not officially licensed. But I love all the accessories. I love that sniper rifle. I love the like different, you know, silver ballers. You got the attachable suppressors. He even gets 1 gold one. All the cool looking accessories and stuff. I think it looks awesome. There wasn't a first release from him. This is kind of like a 2.0, which arguably has some better looking weaponry, to be honest. But still, I'm super excited for this one. No clue when it's going to drop though, because that's one big concern we have with third party when stuff isn't officially licensed. When the heck is it going to drop? Because this one, I thought I said like Q2 or something last year, but yeah, I haven't heard anything about it. But I still have a deposit down on it. And that's why I'm also kind of debating now this Lara Croft, because they call it Miss Croft, third party. That's usually what they do. But yeah, we can kind of do a little bit of comparison. Her hair, it's a bit dark. There's like no detail to it. That's the worst part for me, to be honest. This image, this is more like a concept art type image thing, but looks pretty good. I mean, it's a silicone body proportion wise. They kind of usually enhance them, you know, especially third party. But yeah, I think it looks good. It would have been cool if they added some like blood effects and stuff on the shirt, since especially one of the first things she did was slide down a mountain and get impaled. So that would have been interesting to see a bit more weathering. The bandage also isn't as accurate. It's not as dirty and not as bloody. It's just kind of like a clean bandage. That's one other thing with third party. Sometimes they don't do like any weathering, which kind of sucks. So this one, yeah, that's one thing I'm kind of noticing. It looks a bit too clean for her to be from the first game, because she got like, it was a super like gritty, dirty and stuff in that first one. But yeah, the main thing for me is that hair. The hair's just not looking too good, to be honest. It's just like one big solid piece. It's just not a lot of detail, not a lot of different paint applications. And compared to this picture, it is a bit darker as well. So yeah, let's do it like kind of a close-up picture. This one is her actually from the game, and the hair, it is a bit darker here than the concept image. So I'll give them that. It looks decently accurate color-wise to this picture, but still, there's just something about it. Like they could have had some individual strands and stuff like that could have looked pretty good, but I just don't really like the big one solid piece look. And then, like, I guess sort of she has like the pieces going down the front, like the kind of split in the front, then it goes towards the back. But yeah, I don't know. The hair is the worst part for me. Everything else though looks pretty good because silicone body, you know, seamless joints, stuff like that. Looks like she has some wrappings on the hands, which sort of hide the actual hand joints. The hands themselves even look like they might be silicone. Very, very interesting. Then she has like the walkie-talkie on. Like I said, it would have been cool if they actually had some weathering stuff to the shirt. The belt looks pretty nice. I don't know if it's pleather or real leather. It's third party, so honestly, you never know. Sometimes third party does better materials than like Hot Toys and stuff. So another plus, I know like Lim Toys and stuff usually does actual material for their stuff, like die cast and all that. And then here, I just want to show you real quick. This one's by like SW Toys. It's a different Lara Croft. This one was also tempting to me, but then again, I want the look from the first game of the reboot. So this one, it's pretty cool because it actually put weathering and stuff on it. The head sculpt to me is like a bit better. You see like some brown shading, like different coloring. And that's the main reason I wanted to show you this. The hair here looks better to me. Has like some different coloring there, some brown, some darker brown. The strands don't just look like a big block covering her face. It's like actual a strand there and stuff. Of course, it doesn't have as much like finer details. It's third party. The hair to me on third parties usually is a bit of a miss, especially like third or video game figures. But I really like the weathering here. I do like how this one looks. It's just my preference for look from the game for her, because this one I was actually debating. I think I also made a video on this one just talking about it because I was kind of curious about it. But then I also wanted to wait because the look from the game that I really wanted was, of course, this look that we're seeing now today. But this one looks good. I just kind of wish that the kind of hair, like the coloring and stuff, was on this one. But also this one, you see like more strands, more finer detailing. This one looks like it might have just like bigger chunks, like larger strands, less like finer detailing. So it's always hit or miss, you know, like good and bad. I feel like this one in hand though could look pretty good because you do get two different head sculpts. Right now she's rocking the clean type of look, which I guess for the whole clean outfit makes sense, but she does get a more dirtier head sculpt with like some blood and stuff on it, which we'll see coming up. But you see she gets that bow, looks really good, really good. You see like the quiver, I think that's what it's called on the back. Well, I was going to call it the arrow holder, but you know, luckily I think I remembered what it's called. Has like the holsters on the sides. Of course, she always has the climbing axe. She needs to always have the climbing axe. Look, it looks really good. She has like another bandage around her leg. My main complaint is just it's not too dirty. Here's that head sculpt that's a bit bloody, but then again, the rest of the outfit, that's one cool thing about third party as well. You could get some like custom or customization type opportunities, because when they're not too expensive and there's not already like weathering and stuff that like, or like, you know, there's stuff that you want to add. Luckily, third party, you can usually do that too. You could do it with any figure. I mean, they're your figures at the end of the day, but I'd be more comfortable doing it with something like this. And you can actually like weather the shirt a bit more, wear the pants, add like different rags or like some blood effects on them and stuff. Cause it does look cool. I do like the flame effect for the arrow. Cause yeah, remember in the game, once I got the flame arrows, it was like all I would use on them. She has like that cool looking shotgun. Man, this game was so fun. I need to replay it again. Cause now I'm like reminiscing. I was like, man, I loved upgrading my weapons, getting all the parts for them, and then I could like upgrade them. And it was, when I was younger, it was something cool. I just love seeing the weapon actually change how it looked once you upgrade it. That's one thing that The Last of Us Part 2 I really liked as well. So yeah, but enough reminiscing. Let's just keep looking. But yeah, this head sculpt to me looks better. The hair is a bit like swooped a little bit. Unless it's a hair removable. Kind of wondering that too, because see here, it's like swooped to the left. Unless the pictures don't look to be reversed. See the hair? The hair might be either posable or there's like two different swap out pieces. Because here on the clean one, it's swooping to that side and it's swooping to our left on here, and then the other side. So maybe the hair pieces are interchangeable actually. Maybe that's why it looks like that. Or basically it just, I don't know. It's a little articulatable, but it's hard to tell right now. But yeah, now I'm analyzing the hair a bit too much, even though that's the main thing for me for this figure, the hair. So, but yeah, I'm kind of liking how it looks. I don't know if I should place a pre-order for this one, especially because Master Toys, I haven't gotten their Hitman figure. So I'm sure this one will be like 10 years before we hear something about it. So yeah, that's why it's always hard to throw down money on third parties sometimes, especially when it's a hefty deposit. This one honestly isn't too bad, to be honest. It's $198, which yes, it's quite a bit of money, but compared to like Hot Toys and stuff, not too bad. But then again, it's third party, so you are taking that risk. Here's the overall shot now. You see two interchangeable head sculpts with separate rolling eyeballs. Didn't even mention that yet, but yeah, you do get the sepal and eyeballs, which is pretty cool. So maybe the hair is removable. You see in all these pictures here, the hair swooping to one side. So I don't know, maybe it's just like on a swivel or articulatable or something back there. I mean, we can see this picture, but it's way too blurry to actually tell if it's articulatable. But then again, it's straight right here. So I'm going to go with the hair being a little articulatable. So that's pretty interesting. You get her bow, you get the rope, you get the torch. Sorry, the picture's kind of low resolution, so I gotta lean in there a little bit. You have one flame arrow, you have some extra arrows in the quiver. You get the, is that a throwing knife? Some orange stain right there. You get her like shotgun with her, what's it called? Pistol grip type style shotgun. You get the lighter, you get the climbing axe. Climbing axe, you know, always iconic for a character, especially in those like newer games and stuff. Then here she gets that handgun with like the wrap around the grip, which is actually pretty cool. She has her necklace, she has a bunch of shotgun shells, her watch, bunch of hands, the walkie-talkie, and then a knife. And the base, the one thing with this figure is you actually do get a base, and it looks like it's a flight pole style, so you might be able to actually have her up in the air, like jumping or something cool. They didn't really have any close-up pictures of the base, but at least it looks like it's kind of like some floor, like maybe some sand, some like rocks back there. So I actually do like how that looks. That's one thing with third party too, is sometimes they don't give you a base, and whenever they don't give you a base, it always makes me a bit iffy on the figure, because I like bases, especially when they're like diorama style bases. So since this one has a base, yeah, I'm thinking this one, maybe I need to throw a couple bucks at it and hope Master Toys actually releases it. Because here's the overall shot for the other one, the Lara Croft from, I believe it was the second game. What was that one? Was it Rise of the Tomb Raider? Or is that the third one? I'm forgetting one of their names, but I'm sure you guys will remind me in the comments. But this one, she has like the compound bow, which looks really, really cool. The AK, 2 climbing axes, so double it up there. She gets that bag. That sculpt, that looks pretty good. The hair, like I was saying, not as many like fine strands. I mean, I guess there's some fine strands in there, like with close up. But I do like the coloring on this one a lot more. 2 flame arrows this time. Some different, you know, non-flame arrows. And she gets a torch, which honestly, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just a burning effect. I was going to say this one looks a bit more realistic. It actually goes upwards. This one is just like straight. So if you have her like holding at an angle, not going to make much sense. But this one looks like it's made for her to hold at an angle. A walkie-talkie, which looks pretty similar to that one. And then the handgun without like a grip or anything, just a handgun. And a couple hands. Here you get 8 hands. Here you only get 6. And one of those hands is not wrapped. So interesting. But yeah, let's just talk about it down in the comments, because I want to know is when the heck we're going to get more like licensed video game figures. This one is catching my eye. So let me know what you think. Do you think this is one I should pick up? Or if you have experience with Master Toys and you think I'd make a huge mistake by pre-ordering this one, definitely let me know down there. Because like I said, let's go look at them again. I'm super excited for their Hitman, since we don't have any other official Hitman or anything like that. But like I said, I haven't heard any news of it, so we'll just have to see. But yeah, let's just talk about it down in the comments, and hopefully in the future we'll get either like video game characters from shows that they make, or if they don't go for shows, we'll just in general hopefully get more video game figures. But we'll see, because right now third parties are our only savior for that. But then again, it's third parties, so there's always that risk. So let's just talk about all that.